Born from the ashes, 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 born from the. You can't suffocate my spirit. 'Cause I'm the king on my own throne, king on my own throne, my own throne. You'll never see me fall. You'll never see me fall. Watch me reign, and I'll slay them all. Slay them all. You'll never steal a reign, and I'll slay them all. Slay them all. You'll never steal a throne.
What's going on, you guys? It's the FPL Penguin back again with another stream for you all. Hope you're all doing well. Dylan's in chat. How you doing, Dylan? Hope you're doing well, mate. We're going to be talking about double game weeks. Yusuf, how you doing, mate? FPL7764. Hope you're doing well. We're going to be talking about double game week 24-25, and it's not been confirmed yet, but there's likely to be a double game week 26 upon the horizon. So before we get into all that, we're going to be talking about game week 24. So if you've got any questions at all for the double game weeks ahead, or any questions for double game week 24, please do find them away in chat, and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. So, start off with, we're going to look at the fixtures. We're going to look at the fixtures ahead. And with the fixtures, we're looking at the double game week, the teams playing in the double game weeks, the ones that are confirmed so far. We've got Burnley playing Crystal Palace and Fulham. We've also got Everton playing Fulham and Manchester City. We've got Fulham playing Everton and Burnley. We've got Man City playing Spurs and Everton. And if you look on Game Week 25, there's only one team playing, two teams playing a double game week, and it's Southampton and Leeds. With Leeds playing Wolves and Southampton, and the Saints playing Chelsea and Leeds. So it's good to plan for those ahead. I don't feel, in my opinion, I don't think there's any need to stress too much about this. It's not a big double game week. They're not teams that have got players in that are like, you know, it's not like a Manchester United or a Liverpool double game week. And I'm not downgrading these players or these teams. I feel if you look at Burnley, if we talk about Burnley for starters, Burnley-wise, the players, attacking-wise, I wouldn't really aim attacking-wise for Burnley players. I'd say if you were on a wild card, or if you're just bringing players in, I'd say look at probably the defence or the goalkeeper in particular. So I'd say players to probably target if we have a look back at the Burnley team, as they've got both Crystal Palace and Fulham. So we're going to have a look at here. Have a little scroll down to Burnley. We've got Pope. Pope, for instance, currently owned by 13.4% of managers, and he's still a very good goalkeeper. He's very fairly, heavily priced at 5.5 million. And how many saves has he got this season? He's got about 85 saves, and he pulls off around about an average of 4 or 5 saves about 5 saves per game on average. Save point wise, he loves to get them save points, as we know. As you can see, he's got an average, probably save points wise, probably 2 per game he gets. And I feel he's a lovely one to go for if you're going on a wild card, or if you're just thinking of bringing him in just on a free transfer for a quick swap if you've got enough money in the bank. I feel that's lovely to go for. I've heard a few people probably thinking of captaining Pope. I feel that's not bad if you want to go for that cheeky differential, but if you've got a Bruno Fernandes in your team, I wouldn't discredit, players like him, Bruno Fernandes, because West Brom, we know, concede a lot of goals, especially at home. So I feel if you go for Bruno Fernandes, I still feel if you were to captain Pope or captain Bruno, I feel captains-wise, Bruno's still going to get more points that game week, despite having 1 game less than Nick Pope. If you have a look at defenders as well, we've got Ben Mee. We've also got, Peters did well in the last game week, I believe, against Brighton. He picked up an assist. Despite conceding, he did pick up an assist against Brighton. He's got 2 assists so far this season. Now, value for money, I'd say the best one to go for, the best Burnley defender, probably Peters. If he's getting the games at the minute, he is getting the games. He's getting the rough 90 minutes at the last couple of games. So, value for money, I'd probably say Peters. He's more attacking than Ben Mee. But I wouldn't discredit someone like Ben Mee. Because he's a very good player. But the cheapest one there, and the one who's starting quite a good handful of games, is Peters. Ben Mee, I wouldn't ignore. He's a good player. He loves to score goals from set pieces. He's got 2 goals so far this season. But I'd say, value-wise, I'd probably say, value for money, it's a tough one between Peters and Ben Mee. But if you're struggling to get with money, if you haven't got enough money in, I'd say opt for Peters instead, because he's about 0.7 million cheaper than Ben Mee. And I feel that's a good way to go. Tarkowski's 0.3 more expensive than Ben Mee. I don't see many going for him. Now, I've seen a few people probably... You're not talking about Loughton as much. Now, I mentioned this to Lama from that FPL Lounge, Boone and Matt. Do check them out on YouTube. Top lads. They come on this show regularly. And great talking to them. He's not got any returns so far this season, Loughton. But he's nailed on, isn't he? Look at all the 90 minutes he's getting. He's been starting every single game, played the full 90 minutes since game week 6. And he's a very, very good player. Now, Peters is slightly better, despite playing a lot less games, starting a lot less games, but he's got 2 assists more than Loughton. Now, value for money, if Peters keeps starting games, if you haven't got enough money in the bank, like I said, go for Peters. He's 4.3, it's very, very cheap. Nothing wrong with Loughton, but Peters just edges it because he's got the returns backed up, behind him to back him up. So he's a good one, a nice budget one to go for Burnley for the 2 fixtures. If we go back to the fixture difficulty list and go to probably, so I wouldn't say attacking wise, anyone from there, probably look at Pope or maybe Peters and Mee or Loughton as those value defenders, those 3 value defenders probably for the double game week, and West Brom as well for game week 25. We've got JABT. How you doing, JABT? Sean. Who am I captaining this game week? I'm captaining... I don't even want to say, I'm quite nervous. But Jay, if you're free, if you want to join me in Discord on the stream, you're more than welcome, mate. Please do hop on if you want to join in. And we're just basically talking about double game week, the double game weeks ahead. So if you want to join in, if you're free, it'd be really cool. But yeah, I don't know who I'm captaining this week. I'm still undecided. But I will let you guys know who I will probably be captaining. Probably Bruno Fernandes at this rate. So Burnley at this moment, I just feel defensive wise, just probably look at them. I think Burnley are ones to probably consider. If we move on now, probably to Everton. Now I know a lot of people are thinking about bringing in DCL. Just before we carry on, I just want to get a few mentions to. Trapheads, how you doing, Trap? Which striker will be this weekend's differential? Just quickly, I'd say probably, this weekend's differential, if we have a look quickly, before we get into Everton, guys, I will timestamp these streams, so don't you worry, I always timestamp them. I'd probably say the best differential going to Gameweek 24, striker-wise, I feel Lacazette could have a good game, but he's quite expensive, isn't he? But I still see him as a differential. Depends if he'll be rotated or not with Aubameyang for this game. Chelsea probably going under the radar, but I'm not really aiming for their attackers at this moment of time. Wolves of Heart is another one too, but he's a midfielder, isn't he? But strikers-wise, differential-wise, not Bamford. Have a little more scroll down. We know Callum Wilson's probably got an injury also too in that game. I would probably say... How much is Danny Ings? I don't know about Southampton. I think we should just probably stay off Southampton at this moment of time. It is a tough one. But Antonio is there. Would you still class him as a differential? Antonio? We know he's got a bit of an injury. Well, it's a bit of fatigue at the moment. So we're going to find out how he is. He's going to probably miss the FA Cup in the next couple of days. Their fixture. So at the moment, there's no one really, in my opinion, a differential striker. That's screaming out to me. Probably a Lacazette, that's all, but I don't see anyone differential-wise that's really screaming. Unless you want to go for Mopé, but he hasn't really done anything for a while, has he? I think he's only got 7 goals so far this season, and it's usually the likes of Trossard who's doing well, the midfielder, so I'd probably just... You could go for Watkins, but it is a bit of a punt, so probably Lacazette or Watkins, mate, I'd probably say. Sean, how you doing, JABT? And just go on, mate, don't want to blow your ears. How you doing, Jay? You alright? Let me just get you connected. Can you hear me, Jay? Ooh. Hello? I can't hear you. No, I can't hear you, Jay. Oh no, I can hear you. I can hear you. What you like? Oh, here he is. I've just unmuted you.
I can join. I think the Palace game's at 8, so I'll probably hang around until about then.
Yeah, we won't be long. But just leave if you want to shoot. No worries. You want to get off? No worries. Get off early. But yeah. So how you doing? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Now that the Gameweek's gone all right for me.
Yeah.
It's gone perfectly fine.
I'm still
had all the kind of necessary players this week. How did you do?
Oh, I'm still recovering off that Liverpool result, but.
Oh man, yeah.
But yeah.
So you made that last minute move of was it Mane to Bruno?
Yeah.
The captain.
Yeah, I don't think it was worth it.
I don't think that was a bad move.
But I think going forward now, I have no faith in our team anymore now. So I think it was the worst transfer going for Mane. I think I had him for the last 3 game weeks, and he didn't start the West Ham Brighton game. Yeah, and I just thought, oh, sod this, I can't be bothered now. But yeah, it's great to have you here, Jay. So we're just basically talking about just quickly the double game week fixtures. Well, there's a potential as well. Double game week 26. According to Ben Krellin, I've just popped this on the screen now. It was Boona on Twitter. Shout out to Boona. He said, when are we most likely to hear what the doubles are in game week 26? And Ben came out and said, we should be able to confidently predict some of the double game week 26 fixtures after the final FA Cup round 5 tie on Thursday. The game week 26 fixtures might be announced on Friday, but I think they're likely to be announced in the week before the game week 25 deadline. So that's from Ben Krellin, our saviour.
Yeah, man, he's unbelievable for them predictions, isn't he? Tends to get pretty much everything right. The game week 26 will be just before 25. Okay, so it's kind of hard to. I've seen people kind of being like, oh, should I wild card or should I do this? It's kind of hard to plan that at the minute. You don't really know what's going on then. Obviously, we know what's happening for 24 and 25.
What chips have you got left, mate?
I've got the wild card and the bench boost.
So what do you think? How will you be planning this ahead? Do you feel if a double game week 26 happens, do you think you'll be? And there's some nice tasty fixtures in there. Do you feel you could be wildcarding very very soon?
Yeah, I think I'm looking to bench boost, but I think for the wild card for me, I sorry, can you hear that background noise?
No.
Oh, good. Yeah, for the wild card, I think I want to kind of hang on to it for a bit because I feel like I'll be I reckon I can just about pull together a decent team for the double game week 26, whatever the fixtures may be, and then I'll be moving because there's a confirmed kind of blank game week 29. Obviously, don't know sort of how many teams are going to blank, but we know that at least I think at least kind of 4 or 5 teams should be blanking then. So I'll be moving players in for that game week that I won't necessarily want afterwards, if you know what I mean. So I think I'll probably wildcard out of the blank game week is kind of what I'm looking at right now.
Interesting. So earlier, about 5 minutes ago or so, we were talking about Burnley players, and I don't know if you heard, I was talking about players like Loughton, Peters, Ben Mee, Pope. Are there any players, for that double game week for Burnley, Crystal Palace and Fulham, and also West Brom in 25, do you feel you probably might be going double up on the defence, or how will you be thinking ahead with that, mate, with the double game week?
So the transfers I think I'm going to make this week are going to be Son out, Dyer out, and Nyland out for Gundogan, Diaz, and Pope. So I want the extra 2 City assets, and then I think the Burnley asset, especially Nick Pope, I really do fancy. Loughton's one that I potentially might go for, but I think it would give me a bit of a benching headache. So I think I might hold off for Loughton for now. But yeah, I really, really like Pope, and I've heard you discussing him. I think he's a really good option.
He's been picking up the saves like he usually does in the past few seasons, getting them save points. He's 5.5 million, and I have brought him in, a bit of a spoiler alert, I have brought him in for McCarthy. I brought him in for McCarthy on a free transfer. So
have you? Oh,
yeah,
nice. Is that confirmed?
Yeah, that's confirmed. I can put it out there.
Yeah, well, one of my mates has McCarthy as well. I don't know how long have you had McCarthy for?
Oh, a couple of weeks.
Oh, fair. Yeah, one of my mates has had him since the start of the season, and just like the gap between him and Martinez is basically like the gap between me and him. It's like a 40-point gap. So I think he's just pretty tired with McCarthy, and I think Pope's the good pick for this weekend, probably for the future as well.
Yeah. We've got Boona in chat. How you doing, Boona? We've got Mason. We've got Faddy. We've got Dylan in chat. John, how you doing, mate? Sean. Boona, if you're free, if you want to join me and Jay on Discord on the stream, you're more than welcome, mate, to pop on. Be cool to have you on as well, but I'm totally understand if you can't, if you're not free. I just caught your stream as well with Lama and Matt, and also Jay's stream. I caught your stream, Jay, as well. Really enjoyed your stream, Jay, as well, so that was good. But yeah, so Mason's here. Triple captain for me. Who you triple captain, Mason? He's saying, would you do Salah to Rashford and Wilson for DCL? Now, we're going to move on now. We're going to move on to Everton because there's DCL popping up at the minute. So I'm just going to go to Everton now and just talk about this because I know a lot of people are thinking, I think about, how many is it? 200k I brought in DCL or something, or a bit more.
I know he's absolutely flown up.
Yeah,
I think especially after that 12-pointer.
310.
Like, oh my, I've got to get him.
I'll tell you something. I don't know what you think, Jay. Have you got him in your team, DCL?
Yeah, I brought him in. I hopped him in early for the Newcastle game, I think it was. Is when I brought him in. I've had him for the 9 and the 12-pointer, which has been quite nice.
He's a very good player when he has the players around him, like Luca Dean, Richarlison. Now, Hammers is playing a lot better now. Hammers Rodriguez, he's playing a lot more better now. He's starting to get his form back. He's got 2 returns in the last 2 games. He's got 2 goals and he's got an assist. And what an ending that was against Manchester United. That was something that. So about
it was crazy, man.
42% have got DCL on the team. Now I think he's a lovely one to go for. I haven't got him. Now I'd probably be hiding behind the sofa. Jay, he's got Fulham, he's got Man City, he's got Liverpool. Now I think with the way we're playing, I feel he's going to score. I think he could score 2 goals. And
really,
yeah, I think he's that good of a player. And also, I think the way we're playing, Jay, I think I can't.
I'm thinking of benching him for that week. That's the thing.
I would not bench him. I think the way we're playing, mate, I think you've got to start him.
Yeah.
He's very. I think Everton will really give us a game. I really do think so.
It's going to be a lot of benching headaches over the next few weeks. I'll tell you that.
Are there anyone else from? Sorry, Jay.
I was going to say, are there any other moves that you're? Because I know you've brought Pope in. Are you looking at doing anything else, or?
I'm very much tempted to bring in Maddison. At the moment, I've got Barnes in my team. Now, this sounds really bad, because they've got Liverpool at home and it's 12:30 kickoff. Yeah. I'm very much tempted to have Barnes and Maddison versus Liverpool and just think we are absolutely shite. and I just think they're going to walk all over us. I think Jamie Vardy will probably get back in the starting lineup, and I think he'll give us a game. And I just don't feel confident about it. I don't know what the hell's up with our team. But I'm that.
You'd probably be one of the only people, to be fair, who'd be bringing in players to play against Liverpool, if you know what I mean. It could be it's a maverick move, but one that kind of a lot of people wouldn't, because it's Liverpool, you wouldn't expect that. But if you genuinely think that Leicester are going to take it to them,
yeah, I think it's going to be one of those games. But I think the player I probably bring Maddison in for. I'm going to keep Salah. The plan is I'm still keeping faith with Salah. I know I've got rid of Mane, but I'm probably going to keep Salah. I think surely there's got to be light at the end of this tunnel. There's got to be something. As a Liverpool fan, I just hope my team turn things around. I really hope they do. But I'm not that confident, even with Mane back now starting. I'm not that confident now to have the two of them, both Salah and Mane. So I don't know who I'll probably bring in Maddison for, but I'll probably just go into this week with the free transfer. With just doing the free transfer, let's say.
Fair.
But yeah, we've got a few more things saying here. John's saying, all right, Penguin, Cavani or Shaw, are they fully fit? I didn't know if they did he have an injury? They're both fully fit? They're fully fit now. But Cavani, I tell you something. Cavani is a lovely one. If he keeps starting games for Man United, I've always been a big fan of Cavani. I think he's one of them class players. He's better than Martial. He's a clinical finisher, and if he keeps starting games, he's one to go for. I feel if you want to go for a double up on Manchester United attack, I know a lot of people going for Bruno and Rashford, but I don't see it bad probably going for like a Bruno Cavani. If Cavani keeps starting games and Manchester United keep getting some nice fixtures ahead, I feel like that's a good one to go for. Shaw once again getting a return. I think he did against Everton. Now he's looking like a nice one, isn't he? But what do you think about Luke Shaw, Jay?
Yeah, I mean, if he can continue to get some more kind of minutes under his belt, can get some more full 90s, which it seems like, Solskjaer's definitely preferring to play Shaw at the minute. Unfortunately, for Shaw owners, they had that kind of, double assist, but then no clean sheet because of the half time. I guess it was probably just, because they basically won the game, so he didn't get injured. But it looks like he's going to be starting the games from now on. And his attacking returns look really, really good. So I do like Luke Shaw as an option.
Yeah, he looks like a nice one. So just go have a quickly look at some more people tuned in. FPL Focal, how you doing, mate? Hope you're doing well. Hope all is good. You're more than welcome, Focal, to join in with me and Jay. Pop in the Discord, just pop straight in. As I know you're in my Discord, so welcome. Hope you're doing well. But if you can't do it tonight, this evening, totally understand. We'll do another stream with you in it. Love to hear your thoughts too, mate, one day. And Skulls as well. Hello, my friend. How's it going? Doing well, Skulls. Hope you're doing well. We've got a few people here, which is good. Good, a few regulars.
Good turn up.
Yeah, and what's the league code? Faddy said it's NCVB98. That's the league code. Dylan's saying, my transfers this week was a -4. DCL to Antonio. Johnston to Pope. Benching Martinez. That's something.
I've seen a lot of very strong benches this week.
Yeah, a lot of DCLs and a lot of Gundogan's as well. I tell you, that is all. I've seen a lot of benches that have had like in total about 30 odd points in total. Yeah. Absolutely crazy. It is mental. It really is. But yeah, let people know as well. Any Souček owners, the red card's been rescinded, so now he's fine now. He's not. Have you got Souček in your team, mate?
No, I don't. But I was going to bring this up. Do you reckon that the points should be kind of, I guess, recovered? Because I reckon the fact that the red card's been rescinded means he never should have got it in the first place. So I'd be on the side of, those points that he's lost should be taken away.
Yeah.
If you get me.
What the points, the minus?
So yeah, as in the minus, is it a minus? I think it's a -2.
-2 of 3, yeah.
Yeah, but whatever it is shouldn't kind of be there.
Bit of a debate, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit, yeah. I know what you mean. If I was a Souček owner, I'd hope for that.
Yeah, exactly. I guess it's one of them where, you're disappointed that he got the minus points, but also the fact that the red card's now been rescinded means that he can go and play Sheffield United. So bit of a silver lining, I guess.
Focal said he unfortunately can't make it tonight. Totally understand. Not feeling well, so no worries, mate. Get well soon. I'll speak to you. We'll do another stream probably this week or probably next week as well. So I'll get in touch with you. But he's saying as well, his question: what's the thinking behind Bruno's captain instead of double game week players? Because I mentioned that was gonna probably captain Bruno. I just at the moment I haven't got any. The only double game week players I've got at the moment are Pope, Diaz, Stones. They're mainly just defenders I've got and goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And you want to go for that attack. And at the minute I'm chasing points, as you know, as everyone knows, I'm chasing points. So I think Bruno. I feel against a West Brom team that is kind of leaking a lot of goals at the minute at home, and I just feel Manchester United are probably going to walk all over West Brom. What do you feel about that, mate? Do you think Bruno captain's still a good one to go for?
Yeah, I mean, if it's any other week than a double game week, everybody's captain Bruno. It's only because we've got the double game week that people are kind of looking elsewhere to that second player. So I think that Bruno Fernandes captain is absolutely like a good option for this week, especially against a West Brom side who just leak so many goals. Yeah, I think Bruno was definitely one I was tempted by as well.
Yeah, I'm just I'm gonna look down here as well. Well, we know Man City. They've got Spurs and Everton. I know a lot of people have got Gundogan. They've got Diaz, probably Stones and Cancelo, players like that. Do you think? How do you think about Gundogan, Jay? Do you think he's still? Spurs could be still a tough fixture for him. Do you think he could possibly get a return that game?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I think I'm going to bring him in for a -4 and captain him. To be honest, I mean, after it was kind of the down and the up of that game when you saw him miss the penalty, I was like, right, yeah, definitely not bringing him in. Then he goes and scores 2. I'm like, right, I'll bring him in and I'll captain him. So I think I'd say Liverpool is a harder fixture than Spurs, to be honest. And if he can score 2 against Liverpool, there's no reason he can't do it against Spurs.
I feel that Spurs' defence is a bit more tighter, though. At the moment, Dyer's been sent to the bench last couple of games. He's probably that's made a difference. They look a bit more tighter, but I feel I rate Spurs' defence a bit more better than ours. Ours just looks all over the place. It's not organised. Play too high of a line and all that jazz. I feel Spurs will make it tough for City, but I think City will probably win. Get the win. What else we got here as well from Dylan? Klopp is the second best German manager in the league behind Tuchel, the Chelsea manager. Yeah. He's done well for himself, Tuchel. He's done, however you pronounce his name. He's done well, hasn't he? He's, despite conceding, that Rudiger goal, that own goal though against Sheffield United. Imagine owning him for 4.5 million, and then he does that silly own goal. That was crazy.
Everyone was talking about him before. I was talking about him before, like, great option, looks pretty nailed onto that Chelsea side. Sheffield United, easy clean sheet. What does he go and do? Passes it back into his own net. I mean, absolutely crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, Chelsea assets, as I said, we'll probably just wait and see how they do, because we know Chelsea at the moment, they've got likes of Newcastle, Southampton, Man United, Everton, Leeds. At the moment, it just looks like you're looking like of Alonso. I think Ben Chilwell started the Sheffield United game, so we know there's a bit of rotation going on at the moment, like the manager said. but I still don't feel convinced about anybody like Timo Werner or maybe a Tammy Abraham.
No.
Mount looks like a shout at the minute. Cause did he get something against Sheffield United? Mount, I think.
Yeah. He's scored. I think. The one thing, I think the tough thing about Mount to get him in is that the midfield spots this year are so precious. There are so many midfielders that you could want in your team this year that, for me at the minute, Mount would just kind of doesn't. He's not quite as good as a Gundogan or even like a Son, a Rashford, a Grealish, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like Boona had him, and he did well for him. I think it was in the double game with Chelsea had or something. I think it was against Fulham, and he got returned that game. And but yeah, we'll have to see in another game or two how Tuchel does with this Chelsea team. He's making them look strong. Not conceding goals, but they have had the likes of Wolves, Burnley, teams that aren't really scoring the goals at the minute, are they? So it will be interesting to see how they do likes against Manchester United, Everton, Liverpool.
He's had a nice little run of fixtures to come into. I guess they had Spurs though, but Spurs without Kane aren't really, they're a bottom half team.
So it will be interesting. So Chelsea, I just hold at the minute, but I think Newcastle and Southampton, lovely fixtures. So probably if you want to go for Rudiger, as long as he doesn't concede again like an own goal. But yeah, so Fulham avoid at all costs. They've got a double game week, so I don't imagine. Well, I know you've got Tete, haven't you? So he could be. I don't know how he's been doing last few games. Has he been doing all right for you?
Yeah, Tete was one I took out Tete for Van Aanholt this week. Or last week I think it was. But he got a 9-pointer against West Ham, so he looks okay. But I probably will. I think Robinson for Fulham is the one I lean to more, because I think Tete's still a bit of a rotation risk, and if they're not playing well, Tete is kind of the first player who kind of gets subbed off or benched, so he may not even make the 60th minute mark.
We've got J Dev, another J, we've got in chat, and he said bench Grealish or Bamford next week. I assume you mean probably this week coming. If you mean this week, I'd say bench Bamford. Grealish got Brighton away, so anything could happen there. He's not one for getting returns consistently, Grealish, but I rate him more, to get more likely to get a return than Bamford this coming week. What do you say, Jay? Do you think so as well? Grealish over Bamford?
Yeah, I've got the same dilemma, and I think I'm planning on playing Grealish. I just feel like Grealish is a player who I can't bench in any week, to be honest. He's got such a high potential of potentially calling, I guess, that I think for me I'm going to be looking at going Grealish over Bamford.
I just want to say here, say hello to my son Rafa Jones from Edgar. Hello Rafa Jones. Hello, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying it, mate. That's the second one now. That's happened the last few days. But yeah, so we've got Focal saying defenders historically do pretty well in doubles. Diaz could be a better option. Also Stones as well. Focal. He's a good one. We know we've got a brace. He could be a nice captaincy, differential. To go for. He might score against his former club, Everton, who knows. He might score against Spurs, but it depends how they do. They're not conceding many goals, so we have to see how they do. I meant this week, J Dev said. So Grealish over Bamford, mate, we'll say, because I think he'll get more points probably this game week than Bamford. Just before we wrap it up as well, we're just about to wrap up the stream. If you are enjoying the stream, guys, hit that like button. We do appreciate it, and subscribe if you're new around here. We do appreciate it. And got my guest on, JABT, who just did a stream not so long ago. Do check him out on YouTube at JABT, and check him out on Twitter as well. So
guys, hit that like button. I see we're only on 3 likes right now. Let's get that up.
Hit that like button. Hit it.
Hit that like
Smash
button. Hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate you having me.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for coming on. But just one more to finish this off, and then you can watch your beloved Crystal Palace. But yeah, so quickly, Leeds, who are tonight Crystal Palace's opponents, they've got Arsenal, but then in Gameweek 25, there's 2 teams got double game week fixtures, but Leeds is one of them. They got Wolves and Southampton. What are you thinking about that? Because have you got any Leeds players at the moment? You say you got Bamford?
I currently have Bamford, and I'm looking at bringing in. I think Rafinha is the one I'm mainly looking at bringing in. Probably, I don't know if it's solely for that game week, but yeah, I think Rafinha and Bamford is the duo I'd like to go into that week with.
I do like Rafinha. I'm thinking about probably bringing him in on a free transfer going into Gameweek 25. I feel like he's a lovely one to probably look at again, because he's doing well. He's bombing up and down that field, and he's getting them returns for Leeds at the moment, and he's looking like a quality signing for Leeds at the moment. Just bringing him up on the screen for everyone to look at. But he does look like a really nice gem to have. I think he's 5.3 million, I believe. But he's he's a lovely one to have. I don't know what you think of Dallas, because we know he's playing at centre mid at the moment while Rodrigo's out. What do you feel about Stuart Dallas? Do you think he's still one we should maybe still consider, or do you think we should just stay off Leeds defenders at this very moment?
Yeah, I think that Dallas is definitely an option. He's proved this season with the kind of attacking returns that he's got that he's a decent option if they do manage to keep a clean sheet and he gets an attacking return. That's a hell of a haul. But yeah, I think generally with Leeds defenders, I'd stay away, probably apart from Dallas and maybe Meslier as well. But I think Dallas's attacking returns mean that he's a good option.
Right then, we'll probably wrap it up here, folks. But thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have enjoyed the video, please hit like, hit subscribe, and please share this video on Facebook and Twitter too. And thank you so much for watching. Being joined by my awesome guest at JABT once again. Do check out his stream he did earlier, his Gameweek 24 stream with his mates at JABT YouTube. I'll also link his YouTube in the description and the comments after this video. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Take care, and see you later.
Cheers.
I rise just like a phoenix, born from the ashes. I take care of